Now we're coming to chapter 2. And in chapter 2, we are going to see the humiliation of Christ, that he was created or became a man, and he became lower than the angels. He was created a man in the womb of the Virgin Mary, and he took upon himself our humanity. Now, therefore, Christ is the revealer of God, and he is the representative of man. And you're going to find out two things about him in this book. He reveals God to man down here, and he represents man before God. I have a representative up there. I have someone to represent me. I don't know about you, but I get the feeling that up in my state capital and in my nation in Washington, that those who are called to represent me are not representing me, that they're all out for themselves today and their own little pet program, and the public can, well, they can just let the public do as it please. They're going to put through their program, and the only time they're interested in me is when I vote, and then I become a darling of the politicians. I am the intelligent public that can't go wrong, provided I vote for them. May I say to you, it's wonderful that we have a representative before God who represents us there. And that's wonderful to know that he's there today for you and for me. And it's a good thing we've got somebody there for us, because we have an accuser of the brethren up there that has access to God. And he could tell some pretty bad things about me. I'm thankful I got a representative there. What a picture that we have here in these first two chapters. First, the exaltation of Christ, higher than the angels, because he is God. And now in chapter 2, he became lower than the angels. He came down, and we have here the humanity of Christ. We have the two, the deity of Christ and the humanity of Christ. Now, at this particular juncture, it's so important that he puts in here the first of 6 danger signals in the epistle to the Hebrews. This is the first one that we have. And here it is in verses 1 through 4 of chapter 2. And here there is the peril of drifting. The second danger signal will be in chapter 3, verses 7 through chapter 4, verse 2, the peril of doubting. And then in chapter 5, verses 11 through 14, the third danger signal, the peril of being dull of hearing, of being a student in God's school that has to wear a dunce cap. And a lot of us have to do that. And then you have the fourth danger signal, the peril of departing, and that's chapter 6, verses 1 through 20. And then there is a fifth danger signal, and that's the peril of despising, and that's in chapter 10, verses 26 through 39. Now, we come to the last danger signal. In chapter 12, verses 15 through 29, the peril of denying. Now, these danger signals are warnings to the people of Israel that they fail not to enter into the full blessings which God has provided through Christ. God warned the nation at Kadesh Barnea that if they failed to enter into the land of Canaan, why, they would not receive the blessings. In fact, that generation, all they got was a wilderness experience, and they never knew what it was to live in the blessings of the land. Now, there are a lot of Christians today. In fact, there are two places that a believer can live. You can live in the desert and have a wilderness experience as a Christian, or you can enter into the blessings, and you enter into those blessings by crossing the Jordan River, spiritually, of course. And I crossed it, and it wasn't pleasant at all, because you've got to come out of Jordan into Israel, and the bus I was on stopped 5 times by the time we got to the Allenby Bridge. And by that time, I was so disgusted, I didn't know whether I even wanted to cross the Jordan River. And I thought as we drove across it, and I looked at that little old muddy stream, thank God I crossed the spiritual Jordan in Jesus Christ through his death and resurrection, buried with him in baptism, raised with him in newness of life. And that's the way Joshua got the children of Israel across. And how wonderful that